What's up, family? Real quick message, man. Just one for encouragement. You know what I mean? Because I know we all trying to manage life. We're all going through different things, different ways, different days. You know, I'm not one to tell a person what they can and cannot complain about in life. You know, I'm not the type of person who could say, "Yo, man, it could be worse." I think you're well aware of all those things. More often than not, you ain't got to look very far to find a person who's in a worse position than you are. That being said, just because you understand that you're in a blessed position don't mean that you don't sometimes wind up in a stressed position. And, something leaning on the nerve of your life that you're trying to manage, you know. Stating the obvious is do your very best each and every day to be the best you can possibly be. And although that may be a good blueprint to give you some solace, the reality of it is that's not always the easiest thing to do. Sometimes we pretend, let's be honest, right? We put on a mask of sorts to give off a image of us that really isn't the full picture of who we are or what we're dealing with. It's a tough world to be in. Sometimes you can ask the question, are you okay? And a person will tell you yes, but in all actuality, the answer may be no. And whether it's a situation that, you're trying to process or they're trying to process their feelings and how they're dealing with a certain situation, what we always have to remember is that most of our feelings are not an individually felt thing. On the surface, it looks like it's just you going through something. And sometimes I don't think we realize that the people that are around us, generally speaking, the ones who are closest to us, feel the impacts of whatever it is as well. I know the world can be a tough place, but I want to reiterate something to you. You're on this side of life. And not to be morbid in any sense of the word, but one day that may not be the case. And it's the time that I'm not going to call waste, but that we try to, maneuver around, figure it out, and all these other things. Those minutes count against the amount of time that you have in this world. So I'm not telling you not to stay there. I'm not telling you how to feel, but I am telling you that for every moment that goes by in your life that you are trying to process something and it's felt universally, just realize that's a minute you don't get back. That's the minute that you don't turn around and when things do get better, that you turn around and say, oh, all right, I can go back and get those minutes of time that I had to, or days or hours, or in some cases even months and years. You can't get them back. So I would encourage you to find a way to get past those things, to manage those things, and to stop letting those things manage you. It's just my thoughts, y'all. You do what you must for that information, but at the end of the day, time is way too precious. Your life is way too valuable, and, there's a lot of people who are affected by these things, and we all, need love. We all need support. We all need encouragement. Be safe, be blessed, be encouraged. I'll holler at y'all later, family. All right, man. Peace.